Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again, and welcome to the first of my collection videos, or my rehashed collection videos. Okay, right, now this is the second time I'm recording this. It's with a different set of games, you know. I recorded one previously and I wasn't happy with it. I kept saying, you know, at the end of all my sentences, you know, just like that. So I'm going to try and not do that at all this time. Right. So here we go. This is going to be NES games. Now, I acquired my NES in September 2008. That was after I'd been collecting for about a year, and I kind of wanted to expand my my gaming library, you know. But I've never really had a link to 8-bit gaming, even with the Master System, because I never had either of them when I was a kid. So I don't really feel that attached to it, I should say, you know. I'll still play them and buy them and love them, but I probably prefer, it's probably my least favourite era of gaming out of the consoles I own anyway. Okay, first I'll give you a quick view. Those are all my NES cartridges. I actually have 43 in total. I'm going to give you a number at the beginning of all these collection videos, for those of you wondering, you know. But yeah, as you probably know, NES games are really quite cheap on eBay and the like. There are a few expensive ones, and I might point those out, but for the most part, they're pretty affordable, around 10 to 15 quid for each one. And as I said, not a big link to 8-bit gaming, so most of these were really just popular, you know, sort of games that are popular enough that they still get talked about, regardless. Anyway, let's get into this. Right, I'm going to start off with 4 particular games that I have that are actually boxed. That's right. I'm not really into collecting boxes, but if I do see it, I'll like, oh, the box, I may as well. Right. First game is Bionic Commando, one of my favourite games for the NES actually. And I can't get too far in it, right? I suck at it. I'm very, very bad at this game, but I do, honest to God, enjoy it a lot, you know. I just love the concept of, you know, robotic arm and shooting and all that, and the music is friggin' awesome. I haven't played the new one on the 360 and PS3. I kinda want to get round to it, but for now, I'm still willing to bet that I'd rather play this than that when I do get it, you know. So yeah, this is also, they also remade this game on Xbox Live Arcade, so you can still play it with better graphics and the like. So yeah, give it a shot. Give it a check, you know, because it is a very, very good game. Okay. Here's one I'm very proud of, actually. Kid Icarus. I enjoy this game a lot, you know. It kind of set the bar for vertical levels, and that. It's just, for the most part though, it is your standard platformer and shooting with all the likes and that. I can't wait for Kid Icarus Uprising for the 3DS, you know. By the looks of it, it's nothing like this game, granted. But this was the thing that started it all, though, isn't it? And I do like it, honest to God. Kid Icarus, awesome. Here's one I'm not incredibly fond of, but I'm not quick to, you know, talk down on either. Life Force, and this box is in very, very tattered condition. I've played this a few times, and I can never get too far. Again, it's probably because I suck, but yeah, I don't know. I've simply put, I've just played better 2D shooters, you know, on the SNES, Mega Drive, and probably even a few on the NES. Nothing's coming to mind, but yeah, not the best 2D shooter I've ever played, but you know, I'll give credit where credit is due, and this game does have a huge following, so yeah, try it for yourself, see what you think. Actually, it's Life Force Salamander, it says there. I'm not sure what that is. Is that maybe a Europe-only thing or something? I don't know. Oh well. And, oh, another big favourite of mine, Little Nemo the Dream Master. And this box is actually in really good condition. It comes with a manual and everything. This is definitely one of the crowning, probably is the most crowning jewel in my NES collection, you know, simply because it's boxed and in good condition, and the fact that I love the game a lot. I Let's Played this, as you know, so check that out if you want. But yeah, the charm, the friggin', the gameplay, I love it all. Really, really hard, but just, I don't know, it was just awesome. Seriously, I do enjoy this game immensely. Right, so let's get on to the unboxed games. Right. First we have Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Capcom made a lot of Disney games for Nintendo, you know. If you check out Happy Video Game Nerd, who's a really good game reviewer, he did a whole like sub-series on all the Disney Capcom games, and this was one of them. Very, very good game, yeah. I've never actually gotten that far in it. I've popped it in and played it for about 10 minutes at a time. Never gotten that far in it, and this is not a hard game at all. You know, you can beat this fairly easily. So I don't know, I really, really need to get round to sitting down and beating it, you know. I've had it for a very long time as well. So I do highly recommend that one. Here we have Shadow Warriors, or otherwise known as Ninja Gaiden in America. But you couldn't say the word ninja in this country at the time, so because it was illegal or something. Yeah. Very good game, extremely hard though. I love the fact that there's infinite continues, but even so, I think I got to like the jungle area or something, and I just lost patience. I was like, no, I can't beat this, fuck it. But still a very memorable game, and I do enjoy it, you know. I love how the first couple of levels are fairly average in terms of difficulty, you know. It kind of tricks you, and then just the difficulty curve goes right up. Yeah. But anyway, great game, I'm sure you all know. Right. Here's Marble Madness. A port of an arcade game, if I remember correctly. I believe the arcade game actually had like a tracker ball, and you'd roll it accordingly around the tracks. So yeah, not exactly the most enthusiastic ports, but it's actually really fun, you know. You've got like a little obstacle course, and you're controlling a ball and the like. I'd say, if any of you played, I can't remember the name of it, Marble Blast Ultra, I think it's called. It's on 360. That's kind of a spiritual successor to this game, in fact, you know, because just imagine that game, but, you know, on an 8-bit console. I can actually appreciate this game a lot more when I think about it that way, you know. So yeah, that's a good one. Right. Low G-Man, I got this for a really cheap price, and I gotta be honest, not that fond of it, you know. I think I got up to like the first boss, and there's this really awkward thing with the controls. Like, I really can't be arsed explaining it, but yeah, I'm not really a fan of this game, to be brutally honest, but it's a good one to have, I suppose. Came with a sleeve and everything, so I'm not gonna complain. You may notice I don't really like ripping on these 8-bit games that much, probably because I just don't want to, because like I said at the beginning, I'm not that attached to 8-bit gaming, so I don't really want to rip on them, you know. I do greatly respect them. But then again, there are games that I do really, really like, such as this one, Darkwing Duck, another Disney Capcom game. Plays a lot like Mega Man, and well, I wouldn't go as far as to say I prefer it to Mega Man, but it's a damn good competitor, you know. Great music, good graphics, all that. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with this one either. Very, very good. Right, here's here's Mega Man 4, right? I've actually got Mega Man 1 through 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. They'll be in that pile somewhere, I'll show you them, but for now I'll talk about the Mega Man series in general. I'm not the biggest fan of this series, you know. I've got them, and I like them, you know. I've also got Mega Man 9 on the Wii. Haven't gotten around to playing Mega Man 10 yet. And they're great games, you know, they really are. But I wouldn't say... I wouldn't get a t-shirt or something with Mega Man, I don't know. But one thing I will say though is that I've got Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo. That is definitely a Mega Man game I can openly admit that I love, you know. But again, I'm not saying that obviously these games aren't bad. The following it has is massive, and I know why, because they are incredibly good games. I'm just saying, there's other games on the NES I do like, you know. I feel like I'm totally ripping into this, but I'm honest to God not. Yeah, maybe Mega Man 4, since it's kind of took things downhill. But anyway, Right. Battletoads, awesome beat 'em up. Really hard, obviously. I got quite far. I got a couple levels in. Can't remember exactly where I got up to, but really, really good game. I enjoy it a lot. Super Off-Road. If you not really played it that much, it's not that great, really. I suppose it would be fun if you had a lot of players with you, though. But when you're playing by yourself, it's not the funnest thing, you know. But whatever. I can't really get into racing games in general, even on newer consoles, though. So, yeah. Okay. Punch-Out. If you've got Punch-Out for the Wii, this is kind of the same game, you know, it really is, you know. Same sort of strategy and characters. I'm not complaining though. I really did enjoy the Wii version, but obviously it owes a lot to this, and a lot of fans love it. And all that. Actually, I've just noticed Mike Tyson isn't on the title of this. Isn't that what it's called? Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? I don't know. Obviously Mike Tyson wasn't in the title of the new one, but still a really, really classic NES game. Okay. Here's another one of my personal favourites. One that I doubt I'll ever beat, but I do just like to pop in for lulz every now and again. Maniac Mansion. This was the first game Tim Schafer ever worked on. He didn't do any writing for it, unfortunately. He was just a programmer. You know, this was in his really early days, and it's a port of a. Obviously, it doesn't belong on the NES. It's a point-and-click adventure game, but I really like the music, and it's still funny. You know, it was still made by LucasArts. Well, it was called Lucasfilms at the time, and it's still got that good humour. If you've played any of the Monkey Island games, you'll feel right at home here. Yeah, I do highly recommend this. It's quite underrated, I've got to say, you know. Alright, there's that's Mega Man 2 right there. Already kind of talked about that. Super Mario Brothers 3. I don't really need to say much about this, do I? In fact, there's Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Never played Duck Hunt. I've played these to death, but on the Super Nintendo and Super Mario All-Stars, you know. Super Mario 3, yeah, this is my favourite. Then probably Super Mario Brothers 1, then Super Mario Brothers 2, but I do love Super Mario Brothers 2, you know. A lot of people don't really respect that game as much. I personally do put it up there with all the best Mario games, you know. So yeah, Castlevania. I'm a huge Castlevania fan, actually. I adore these games, but as far as the NES games go, nah, I can't say I particularly enjoy them, you know. This is the only one I've played, not got around to playing Castlevania 2 and 3, but if they're anything like this, yeah. The controls are just, they've not aged well at all, you know. Play this, then go play Castlevania on the DS, or Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo, which is fantastic, and you will see a big, big difference, you know. Again, I'm not calling this game bad, I'm just saying it got a lot better over time, you know. But I suppose we got to thank this game for setting the bar for those great games, you know. So yeah, Castlevania, awesome. Right, here we have Ghosts and Goblins. I've also got Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo. These are both stupidly hard games, by the way. I can't get far in them at all. I'm sorry. I'm a wimp, yeah. You've probably been able to tell that by now, but yeah. Okay, here we go. This is probably my favourite NES game. Blaster Master. It just nails everything great about 8-bit gaming. Fantastic music and graphics. Be right back.